There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Sunday, June 29th. We have Major League Baseball today. We've got WNBA coverage as well, coming off our exciting night last night at UFC 317. Hope you were able to join us here on the Sports Money Network. We had the guys here yesterday with our great card there, pretty fun card. I know that we've been making some fun of the recent UFC cards, but we definitely had some action last night, including those title bouts here. So hopefully you were able to join us. Pretty good time with the guys here on the Sports Money Network. And hopefully you had some winners there last night. I'm trying to find my winners here, but well, I guess I'll just be ready to go. I know we had 8 winners on the card yesterday. I did anyway with our UFC last night. Finally came through with the winner in the main events yesterday, as I had Pantoja to win, and he won there via submission, and I had Topuria via submission. He got a knockout, but did have a couple of winners there. We picked the winner anyway of those two. We also had Dariush there yesterday. I was on Rodriguez. Also, I was on Cortez. I was on McKinney. I was on Jacoby Smith and Denise there. So I went 8-3 with the straight up picks anyway there at UFC 317. All right. Also last night, Jake Paul with a win over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in a pretty boring fight. These are kind of getting ridiculous, but nonetheless, we paid attention to it a little bit on the show there last night, and also had okay day in Major League Baseball as well, with some winners there. There was one game in the WNBA last night. We did have the winner there. Good morning. Let me say hello to some folks in the chat. Try to get the show started here for a Sunday. We got mostly Major League Baseball. Cash Kane is here joining us today. Here's Robert McCormick. We're trying to get started here in F1 here. I think we have started the race. I think we had a little hiccup there. We had to get the lineup going again, then we just got it going. Now there's a couple of cars that are already out of the race. So a little bit of a rough start here at the Grand Prix race here today, just getting underway, but we just saw the start. We just saw a wreck. So a little bit of an awkward start here. Irish Geese says, when's it start? That's what I'm wondering. Apparently it started, but we're having some hiccups here with the drivers right now. Good morning to Blue here today. And Andrew's ready. Well, we've got a little bit of soccer action here today to discuss as well. Maybe that's part of the excitement today with USA and Costa Rica. Or Haiti maybe in there, but I think it's Costa Rica. Let's see here. Orlando, hello. Abel, good morning. Nice to see you today. Irish King as well. Real Madrid Doge has some plays there. And Bobby Mack trying to figure out what's going on here in the race today. All right. I'll cover a few things from the action yesterday. Might as well get started here. Try to get these plays going, get the picks out, get some previews for our action here today. But check in on some of the news from yesterday, including the passing of Dave Parker. Man, he was one of my favorites growing up. The big right field slugger from the Reds and the A's passed away at 74 yesterday. The Pirates won there yesterday over the Mets. One of the teams that he certainly played for. Remember the great 1979 Pirates? We Are Family team with him and Stargell, really the big key guys there. All right, let's talk about some of the games here, though, real quick from yesterday. I wanted to. I don't know why we don't. I don't have the sheet that I need here. Oh well, who needs a sheet? I got it all in my head. Yesterday, Major League Baseball, we did have a premium pick winner with the Athletics and the Yankees. Nick Kurtz, 3-run home run. We had the under as our pick here in the show in that, or I'm sorry, premium pick under. Kurtz hits another home run. That's 11 home runs in his last 22 games. I was talking about last night how I like him, right? JP Sears was really solid there. For the Athletics, really shutting down those Yankees again. It's been 16 straight under results for the New York Yankees. Not only was it J.P. Sears, but how about rookie Jack Perkins? He got the last 10 outs of the game. It was 7-0, I get it, but impressive performance there. Brent Rooker, also another home run for him. We had a winner here on the show yesterday with the Detroit Tigers. They were able to defeat Minnesota yesterday in that big game. So we did have the Tigers there on the show. Also, double winner here. We had Pittsburgh on the run line against the Mets yesterday at home with Falter. Another pretty solid effort from Falter. He's pretty good, isn't he? They won it 9-2 over the Mets yesterday. We had the winner on the over as our premium pick there yesterday. Also, I had a winner with my high roller premiums over at Tony's Picks with the Tampa Bay Rays and Baltimore game to go over yesterday. 11-3. Tampa rolls again on the road over Baltimore. Also, winner here on the show, Seattle there yesterday with Texas. We had that one under for a winner here on the morning steam as Marcus Semien had a walk-off single for his 6th career walk-off hit. It was the 3rd extra inning game in the last 4 games for the Rangers. Might be something to take note of there. Brian Wu, another pretty good start, but they weren't able to get it done as the Rangers won it in 10. Wu has pitched 6 or more innings in all 16 of his starts. My Padres against the Reds. Padres with the win yesterday on the road. We didn't have that one. I had the under in that game. Miami was a winner here for us on the morning steam show over Arizona. We had the Marlins there. Arizona led 7-3 after 7 innings, but Kettle Marte had a home run and 4 RBIs. The Marlins have won 6 in a row, and we've been on them a little bit there for sure. Milwaukee, we had them yesterday on the run line over Colorado. It continues here, 5-0 shutout as Colorado has nothing offensively. We did have the under as a premium pick here with my sports money premiums yesterday, 5-0 Milwaukee with the win. Also, we had Kansas City over the Dodgers yesterday. We had them on the run line, but they did win the game yesterday, 9-5 over the Dodgers. Also, I did have a high roller premium over at Tony's Picks yesterday with San Francisco and the White Sox game to go under. And did it ever, right? In that one, the White Sox with the shutout, 1-0. Hauser over Ray. Andrew Benintendi had the home run, and that was it there. Also, talk about Hauser. Hold on. I can't even read my writing here. Hold on. Um, maybe I'm just getting too old for this, huh? That was the. I'll get it here. Uh, oh, 7 straight unders for Hauser. Okay. Man. Uh, I can't figure out what my notes even say on that game. Anyways, it was 1-0. Don't need a lot of notes on that. We had a winner here on the show yesterday with St. Louis in the win over Cleveland with Nicholas. They're 9-6. St. Louis in quite a wild game there yesterday. Also had another winner over at Tony's Picks with my high roller premiums with Philadelphia and Atlanta game to go under with Luzardo and Schwellenbach. 6-1 was the final there for Atlanta. Schwellenbach continues to roll 12 strikeouts in 7 innings. Murphy, a grand slam in that one, and Matt Olson, another hit for him. He keeps rolling here right now. Also, a little bit of news. They mentioned that Ron Washington will be on medical leave for the rest of the season. We know Ron was, already he was an old hire. I guess that's the only way I can say it. But Washington was taken off his duties last week for some health reasons, and apparently he will miss the rest of the season for the Angels. The Angels did get a convincing win there yesterday, and we had them over on the Cover the Spread show. Hopefully you caught it there, and we had the Angels with Kyle Hendricks as our main play there on the run line on the Cover the Spread show. Also yesterday I did have the over in that game. Final score was 8-2 as it snuck over there. All right. Also, WNBA, there was one game last night. It was Dallas with the win over Washington. We had them on the show here, although a little bit of caveat there. By the time we ended up there playing, we said take Dallas plus 2.5. By the time the game started, they were getting 6.5 or 7 when they had Washington at the last minute. Their star player was announced in the game with Brittany Sykes, and the line went up a good 4.5 points. Didn't matter. Dallas was the team to beat in yesterday's game, and they won the game 79-71 there yesterday in and under. Also, CFL action. We had the winner here on the show with Saskatchewan over British Columbia yesterday. Another game that ended up going over the total that looked like it was going to be heading under, and I missed that one. All right, that's it there for the recap. Let's say hello to a few more folks and get this show started, shall we? Let's see who else is here today. How do I look? Let's see here. Just catching up with the chat. I think that's really it. Not much from you guys. Okay, here we go. Hey, Razor, good morning. There we go. Now I see something going on here in the chat. And Doge is here. He had Van last night. He had Pantoja. We saw we saw at the end there with Patty Pimblett way out of line there, getting in the into the ring there last night with the champ, and that looked kind of weird yesterday. What have you done, Patty Pimblett? Teresa, hello, good morning. And Real Madrid, remembering Dave Parker. JM, good morning, hello. And Andrew says the Yankees pitchers were hot though too. Don't forget. I mean, even if it didn't go. AM here talking Milwaukee. Thanks, you guys, for the comments here. All right. Thank you, Teresa. Good to see you here. All right. I think we can go now. I want to say hello and welcome to Tony Cobbs coming to us from the great state of Washington here in the chat today. Thank you, Tony. Oldie, hello as well. All right. Let's get into the action here today in the major leagues with our first. Hey everyone, you get more plays from me every day over at winnable.com. Got to do the commercials here. I remember why I'm here. Check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. I'll have plays today in Major League Baseball as well as the WNBA. Get my sports money premiums over at winnable.com. These are my best plays. I'm hopefully going to give you a bunch of great winners here in just a moment, but you can always get my best plays over at winnable.com/Ramon. Check me out over there every day with my best plays, and I'll have my plays coming out here just in a short while because, as you know, we're ready to go here in about 2.5 hours with our first Major League Baseball game of the day. So appreciate everyone who gets that extra content from me over there. You can get those plays by going to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM, and that'll save you 20% off those packages. Hey, I set the prices. It's pretty inexpensive. It's just 50 cents a day when you subscribe for 1 month and use the promo code STEAM. Why wouldn't you want to have a few more plays from me here? All right, now we can go. Let's take a look at the games here today in the major leagues. Start with Cardinals. This is a early start. Is this the Roku game of the day here today? With the Cardinals taking on the Guardians here. A couple left-handers, Liberatore and Logan Allen. For Liberatore, 3.75 ERA, 5-6 record in 15 starts. 1.13 whip, 255 batting average against, a 300 BABIP. For Allen here, he's 5-5 with a 4.25 ERA, 1.5 whip, 308 BABIP. Coming into this one, you got the Cardinals here. All of a sudden, they are 8 games over 500 as they've won 2 in a row here this weekend over the Guardians and looking pretty good. Now they're a road favorite here in this one today following yesterday's 9-6 win. They won the opener 5-0. We can get your plays from the chat, but I got a few trends to recite, at least with these two. You got St. Louis here, having won 5 straight on the road. They've won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams. Cardinals have won 9 of their last 12. They're in a pretty good run here right now. Cleveland, meanwhile, has lost 6 of their last 8 at home for their last 5 overall. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams here in Cleveland have gone under. Cleveland in general has gone under in 9 of their last 12 games. Let's go to the chat and see what you have tonight between the Guardians and the Cards. Here come the plays from the chat. Thank you. All right, Blues on the Guardians, plus 1.5 here. Maybe they can avoid this sweep right now from these hot Cardinals. Feels like just Cardinals have their number this weekend. Here is Cardinals' first 5 run line here from Robert. You want to try Cleveland here a little bit, at least with Allen pitching, but man, St. Louis has just been the hotter team, the better team right now. Here's Irish King is on Cleveland today. So maybe they can get a win here. But Cardinals, as a favorite, they are 20-16. Hey, a little bit of steam right now. Let's pass along some steam that's coming in here as we get started. But this is San Francisco and the White Sox game to go over today. We're seeing the steam to the over. It's going to go to 9 here. These guys haven't been scoring very many runs. What's going on here? Steam to the over here with the White Sox today. It's already up to 9 under 20 right now at Bovada in the game between San Francisco and the White Sox. Also, there was some steam prior to that while we were doing the intro there on the Red Sox today over the Blue Jays with Buehler on the mound. The Red Sox were plus $1.10, but right now they're about even money here, maybe plus $1.05 right now. Some steam came in on the Red Sox. There's some more plays from you guys. Irish King, Guardians for Cash Kane. Abel says Ramirez to get an RBI here in this one. All right. I got to keep rolling with these Cardinals here right now against Cleveland. I think they might just be in their heads a little bit here this weekend, and not too thrilled about them being a little bit of a favorite here right now. But I will say this: it's not quite $1.30. It's definitely gone down. Definitely a little bit of a move here on the Guardians. I'm showing the Cardinals here, maybe $1.20, maybe even $1.15, and the total is 8.5 under at -115. So I think that move is to the over there a little bit, but I'm going to take the Cardinals here in this one. All right, next up, the Phillies are on the road taking on the Braves here. Good pitching matchup with Ranger Suarez, 2.08 ERA for Suarez, a 1.01 whip, 210 batting average against, and a 2.63 BABIP. Suarez is 6-2. He's also 2-6 to the under. So far this season, Strider comes in his 9th start. He's 3-5, getting a decision in every start. 4.07 ERA, 1.14 whip, 2.05 batting average against. Strider is maybe hitting his stride here at this point, despite just a 3-5 record and a 4 ERA, starting to look more like Spencer Strider. It feels like here right now. Braves were able to get the win yesterday over the Phillies by the score of 6-1 following the 13-0 loss prior to that. But price is pretty high here for such a great matchup, right? You have the Braves here already at $1.50, maybe even $1.55 today. And look, they're opposite the Phillies record-wise. We know the Phillies, they're 48-35. The Braves are just 38-44. Okay, they're at home. Maybe that's a little bit of a neutralizer because the Braves are 23-16 at home this year, and the Phillies, they're just 6-12 as an underdog this season. So unless they're favored, they just usually don't win. Phillies here come in having lost for their last 5 games overall, while Atlanta has won for their last 5 games at home. Massive unders with these teams here lately, for sure. Philadelphia has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. I'm watching Dave Parker highlights over here.
Final.
8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams here in Atlanta have gone under. Atlanta's gone under in 8 of their last 11. Philadelphia's gone under in 6 of their last 7 on the road. So a lot of under between these two. Let's see what you guys have in the chat today. Got blue with a Nerfy on one of these games here. Cash Kane's on the Phillies on the run line today and the under. And let's see here. Robert likes the Braves, first 5. Real Madrid Doge says Phillies on the money line here. And Nathan says Phillies, first 5 there. All right. Oh, man, the Phils just don't seem to fit this role. The price is too high for Atlanta, but I'm going to take them today. It is my free play, at least here on the show. I'm going to go with Atlanta still, even $1.50 or higher. Yeah, I got to at least put $1.50 on that line there on the screen. And the total here is pretty much 8.5. So I'm just going to go with the Braves. Big line here. Value hunters should seek with the Phillies here. But again, they just are not a good underdog there. This price is probably right on with that 6-12, but I'm going to take Atlanta here. Strider to me looks like he is finally hitting his stride, so to speak. Next up is the Mets And Frankie Montas on the road here against the Pirates and Burrows for Montas here. He comes in right now with an ERA of 0. One start. We saw Montas in his first start there. Good performance. The Mets did lose that game, but still he pitched pretty well in his debut. For Burrows here, he's got a 4.45 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 254 batting average against. He hasn't been great here. He's got a 1-2 record coming in, but the Mets, they've lost 2 in a row here to the Pirates this weekend. The Pirates have found their team they can beat. It was yesterday, 9-2. Before that, 9-1. They've embarrassed them here this weekend. Have the Pirates? Mets needed a team members only meeting there yesterday, I believe, following the game, unless it was a rumor, but probably shouldn't have been, because the Pirates here have dominated over the last 2 days. Who wants the Mets here at this price with the way they've been acting here this weekend against the Pirates? Could it be a sweep for these Pirates over the Mets? Man, the steam came in on the Pirates. That $1.60, I believe, is long gone. It's down maybe to $1.45 or so here right now. So somebody's taking the Pirates here again this morning, and the total is either 9 over 20 or 9.5 under 20. It's the steam has come in on the under in this game. I'm probably tend to believe it, but I'll score it at 9 over 20 here. But man, probably just want to take the Pirates the way things are going. Can the Mets really summon enough motivation here to win this game? I'm going to take the Pirates on the run line at plus 1.5 at minus $1.25 here today. Give me the Bucks. I'm not ashamed. I'll lay a little juice here with a run line today against the Pirates, against the struggling Mets. In the chat, you guys have some opinions in this one, and let's see what they are. Oh, sorry if I missed I might have missed some Phillies plays here. Let me make sure I get these in. Nate Cerna here today. Abel says under in that game back there with Philly and Atlanta. I think Blues on the under there too. Here we go. Cash Kane says take the Mets. Mets need some run support. It's just not working out right now with this Mets offense, huh? Irish King took Pittsburgh on the money line. And, not only the Mets, you talk about the kind of folding up here the last couple of games. I mean, they're still last couple of weeks is what it is, right? The Phillies in first place here currently. Robert says Pirates first 5. Abel says he's got Montas' strikeouts over. Hello, nice to see Law Dog here today. He likes the under in this one. The steam came in on the under. Got to probably agree with Law Dog there. Nate Cerna, hello. And he likes these Bucks, the way they're taking care of business here. Good morning to Wine Time as well. And next, let me rattle off a few numbers here. I didn't mean to slight the Mets' chances. There are a few statistics that might show that they have a chance in this game today. Mets here, I guess I don't have great news. The Mets have lost 12 of their last 15. We know how bad it's been going here. Also, Pittsburgh's won 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. Mets are just 1-7 in their last 8 on the road. Pittsburgh's won 4 of 6 overall coming in. Pittsburgh also has gone over in 4 of their last 5 and over 4 of their last 5 at home and over in 5 of their last 6 on the road. Pittsburgh's won 5 of their last 7 at home against the Mets. Mets have gone over in 4 of 5. I'm on the Pittsburgh run line. Next up, we're still talking New York baseball, but we're talking, look up here. Look what we have here. A Marcus Stroman return here today for the game against the Athletics. And we'll see. He didn't look good in his rehab starts, but for Stroman, the veteran, I'm not sure if it's going to be that much of maybe a factor, but I don't think he's going to look into a struggling rehab as any issue here just to get back to the mound. So Stroman's been on the injured list since April with a knee injury, not an arm injury, but a knee injury. He had a long lingering knee injury, and it came back to get him here at the start of the season. So not a great start to the season, obviously, here, but now with some of these the Yankees have got to get Stroman along here without, Yarborough's gone injured list here right now, so they need the contribution here from Stroman. Now the Yankees, believe it or not, have gone under in 16 straight games. That's the longest such streak here, I believe, in 5 or 6 years for any team, even though we've seen plenty of unders this year. But 16 straight unders, I don't know. What are you guys going to do? The steam came in on the over, and this total is actually 10 over at some spots here right now. A massive 10 over in this one. Wow, it just keeps going up. Maybe today's the day for. Now, look, you want to try to keep on this crazy streak here, and I'm showing the Yankees also up to about 215 here right now against these A's. Remember, the Yankees were pitching pretty well too. They just couldn't score yesterday in the 7-0 loss. But if you want to try to capitalize on this little streak right now of 16 straight unders, hey, they put out another run for you. Said, hey, you know what? Odds makers, maybe even the sharps, say this streak's over, man. Look at this total. It's all the way up to 10. It was 9 over 20, and even with 16 straight unders, the total's gotten higher here today. A's did win the game yesterday, 7-0, so it did go under once again. And look at the Yankees here. They've actually lost 10 of their last 15 games, but the A's have lost 5 of their last 7. The A's have gone just 2-6 in their last 8 games against the Yankees. 5 of the last 7 meetings have gone over between the two teams, but the A's have gone under in 7 of their last 8 games. And the Yankees here, obviously, every game's going under right now. A's have also gone under in 6 of their last 7. Let's go to the chat and see, can the A's hang in there today, or are we just going to go with the total? Let's see what you guys have in the chat. We'll get to it here with hello to Tex. Great job last night. We had Tex join us there. If you didn't get a chance to meet Tex, he was with us on the stream last night. Go back and take a look and see what Tex had to say. It was really great to have him there on our panel last night. Jermaine here, he's got the A's team total over in this one. And got to take Kurtz again to hit a home run. Why not? He's hot. Blue, maybe on the Pirates there. Here's Cash Kane, A's, money line, first half and full game. Law Dog says, I'm taking over in the Yankees game and Judge to get a home run. I'm tired of these 16 straight unders, says Law Dog. Irish King likes the Yankees. First 5. He likes the team total over here and Judge to get a home run. Yankees run line for Abel today. And Cash Kane liking over. He likes an alternative line. He likes over 12. Wow, you guys are going for it.
Final.
Abel says Judge 4 hits and 2 RBIs against Severino last game. Yeah, you got some. Robert likes the over too. So, hey, throw out the stats when it comes to this one. You guys are expecting it to finally turn around here and see some runs in this series. Look, there's no doubt there's a lot of support for the over, despite what these statistics would say. That's what I feel like coming into this one. Well, I better leave the total alone. If you guys are going crazy with this over right now, I'd probably bet. And look, I think the Sharps are clearly on the over here. I don't think it's any big secret that it looks more like an over as far as what the, move here has to say. All right. I guess I got to make my call on this one, but I'm gonna stay away maybe from this total. But man, I'm dealing with such a big run line here
Final.
as well today. I got to take the A's. I'm taking the A's on the run line. If you guys think it's going, man, I don't know what to think. Am I crazy? Yes, I'll take the A's plus 1.5 at minus 110. A few more comments from you guys in this one. Let's see. Jermaine there. Okay, no, we're ready to go. Moving on. Next game. Here's the Blue Jays taking on the Red Sox. We got Lauer here on the road, $1.25 favorite still. No, he's down to $1.15 or so. Like we said, steam just came in a short time ago, a little bit on the Red Sox. The move is on the Red Sox clearly here. Total 9.5 over 20, so a little bit of a move to the under here. The steam came in on the under, so why not? But still, 9.5 here between the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. I don't see two good pitchers here, it feels like, in this start. I know the numbers aren't great for these guys. Well, at least for Buehler, they're not. Buehler has struggled so far in his 13 starts, a 5-5 record, and 6.29 ERA, though, 281 batting average against, a 313 BABIP for Buehler. For Lauer, for Lauer here, 4-1 record. Blue Jays, 2.21 ERA for Lauer. He's been very, very solid. 1.0 whip, 188 batting average against, and a 224 BABIP for Lauer here. We'll see what you guys got, but does seem like Lauer's much the best right now anyway. Buehler just hasn't been able to get it going, especially here at home so far. So, man, Buehler, Giolito. Well, Giolito, I guess he got the job done there last time, but Boston has lost 6 of their last 7, but they've won 6 of their last 7 at home, and they come in here obviously at home right now, and in the midst of trying to pick it up here. They're almost back to 500, but we were talking about it last night with the guys on the show a little bit about the American League East and where it stands with those teams, right? With Tampa Bay breathing down the Yankees' neck and Toronto right there, but Boston is closer to the bottom of the standings than the top of the standings right now. So they've got work to do. They were on a losing streak before finally winning yesterday's game over Toronto by the score of 15-1. It was never a contest there. All right, let's see what you got, though. Here, can Boston get another one here against Toronto today? We'll go to the chat here a little bit and see what you guys have in this one. Like I said, I think Boston, they might end up being a favorite here. Feels like the Sharps are all over Boston, and I kind of want to go to them here, but Buehler's been so awkwardly bad. All right, here we go. Jays first 5 for Cascade and the over. Blues going with a Blue Jays here. 9 Legacy says Red Sox, money line on the A's, team total over. Or let's see, Athletics team total over. That's what that says. Good morning to Gerardo today. Abel's got the Jays and Vladdy for an RBI. And Jermaine says that Harper, always talking back there about the Phillies. All right. And look, this one I'm kind of torn here. I think Lauer, Toronto has the better pitching. I'm going to take Toronto here, probably against my better judgment. It does feel like my friends, the Sharps, are on Boston here. Usually I would side with them in something like this when the stats are kind of against them a little bit, but it feels like the Sharps are on Boston here. I'm going to take the Blue Jays because, hey, I don't know any better. I'm just sitting here in a YouTube box. All right, let's see here. Tony Cobbs, really appreciate you participating with the chat. All-Stars says Jays on the money line. Irish King likes the over here in this one. And Teresa says no run first inning. Even I can read that. Teresa might have been doing her voice input or just missed a few keys. But I think that's no run first innings, what that says, I think. All right, next up. We've got the Rays taking on the Orioles here in this one. Taj Bradley going up against Dean Kramer. A couple of pitchers that have had mediocre seasons for sure. Bradley's slightly improving. Been waiting all season, it feels like, but Bradley comes in with a 4.57 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 235 batting average against. His numbers are slightly better than Dean Kramer's. Kramer's 6-7 with a 4.6 ERA, 1.34 WHIP, 272 batting average against here in this one for Baltimore coming in right now. Hey, things haven't been perfect. They've lost 5 of their last 7 games overall. Tampa's won 7 of their last 8 on the road. They won yesterday. They've won 4 of 5 overall. Baltimore's won 13 of the last 20. I missed on the opening. Baltimore did get the win in the first game of this series, although Tampa Bay bounced back in a big way for the win yesterday, 11-3, to revenge that 22-8 game. No matter what, we saw massive runs so far in this series. I don't know if it's going to be like that here possibly today, but let's see if you guys think so. We've seen big time runs. It feels like, the weather's hot. Maybe it's going to be another high score again today. Let's see what you got. Baltimore's gone under in 8 of their last 12, although they've gone over in 5 of their last 7 at home. They've also gone under, though, and let me see here. Let me get this right. Let's just leave it at that. Let's see what you got here with Tampa Bay and
Final.
Baltimore. We got the Rays team total over for Blue. Irish King likes Tampa Bay on the money line. 9 Legacy says double Rays money line, full game under. Tony went with Tampa Bay money line. Cash Canes on the over. Abel says both pitchers under 4.5, and Tony here says take Bradley over in the K props. Thanks again for your participation. Great to have another someone. Hey, Glenn R. Nice to have Glenn R here today. He's laughing at something, but what is that? A fresh white tea there? I don't know what that avatar is, but thanks, Glenn, for saying hello. All right. Hey, I'm just going to go to the well again. Why not? This is clearly another one where the Sharps are probably on the under here, despite what we've seen of late. But I got to go over with these 2 pitchers right now and the way the runs have been coming along in this series this weekend. I'm going to try the over here. Right now, it is Junior Caminero. Man, this guy's awesome, isn't he? How about taking him in a little prop action today? Glenn had a 12-team baseball parlay yesterday. Thank you, Glenn, for sharing that. Man, that must be nice, huh? I can't even hit a 2-team parlay. All right, I'm on the over there. Hey, how about my Padres today, taking on the Reds, and the Padres got it done yesterday, and I would almost say impressively in that win over the Reds yesterday, 6-4, kind of a little bit of a comeback, and man, they put their power a little bit on display as well. So you do have Lodolo here, though, going to be a favorite at home, minus $1.30. Total 9 over 20 or so in this one. Padres have been getting it done with a couple of these pitchers that maybe didn't fit into their plans in the beginning of the season. With Kolek here, he has a 3-3 record, 3.95 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, 256 batting average against, a 290 BABIP. For Lodolo here, he's 5-5 with 3.63 ERA. His numbers are slightly better than Kolek's, a 1.11 WHIP, 241 batting average against here for the Padres. They come in here having won 5 of their last 7 overall. They are just 3-6 their last 9 on the road, but they've beaten the Reds in 5 of the last 7 meetings between the 2 teams. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the 2 teams have gone over. Also, Padres have gone over in 8 of their last 11 here in the small park. Reds have gone under in 4 of their last 6, but they've won 8 of their last 11 at home. Interesting game here. Let's see what you have with my Padres taking on the Reds here on Sunday. Go to the chat. See what you have here. It's going to be Blue is on the Reds. Glenn says, give me the Reds on the alternative run line here. Lay 2.5. Reds over. Law Dog going over here in this one. Abel says Reds first 5. Lodolo over in his K prop there. And Irish King in this one says Reds first 5 and team total over. Robert's on the Reds first 5 as well. All right. I'm on my Padres today here. I'm more apt to take the Padres as an underdog right now than I am as a favorite. They're not a great underdog, that's for sure. They're just a 500 club. As an underdog, they're actually a sub 500 team on the road. Reds are 22-19 at home, but I'm going to try the Padres here. Not a homer pick for sure at this price. Tony's on the Padres. And Robert says maybe the Padres do end up winning this one. Glenn's on the Padres, so maybe I convinced a few people. Here's, let's see, 9 Legacy Padres run line. That might work a little bit. Next one up. Rockies on the road, taking on the Brewers here. Ramon Marquez. So, I don't know, is he the worst everyday starter in the league here? He's actually got his ERA down to 5.97, but a 1.63 whip, 356 batting average against. Marquez is 3-9. The Rockies are 4-12 with Marquez on the mound. For Chad Patrick here, 3.72 ERA, but a 3-7 record. Brewers are 6-10 with Patrick on the mound. Not very much run support for the poor guy. 1.32 whip, 260 batting average against, but a 323 BABIP as well. So not terrific here for sure, but let's see how you guys can play this one today with Brewers here on the road. At home against the Rockies. Rockies have lost just 5 straight again. The Brewers have won 4 in a row, including the first couple in this series, 10-6 and 5-0. Doesn't matter if it's high score or low score. Rockies continue to struggle, but they're also up against a hot team. The Brewers were hot before this series. They've actually won 8 of their last 9 games right now. It almost seems too easy here to lay the run line a little bit. Maybe today can be the Rockies' day. You're not getting a great price here with the Brewers, even with the one-sided matchup. Brewers and the Rockies have gone under, believe it or not, in 9 of their last 11 games. One of those games in this series it went over, but yesterday was an under. Brewers have gone over in 6 of their last 9. 4 of the last 5 between the two here in Milwaukee, though, have gone under. Colorado's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games overall. So let's go to the chat and see here. But, oh, man, right now, Brewers playing well. Rockies playing like the Rockies. Here we go in the chat. See what you got here. Tex was on the Reds. That's what that said. Not the Feds, but the Reds. But I'm thinking maybe there could be a team called the Federals. Remember the Federals? Glenn took the Padres and the Lynx on the money line. I think that's what that says there. Tex was on the Reds. And let's see. Glenn says alternate line there. Liberty alternate line with New York. Oh, he's talking about yesterday, I think. Okay, here we go. Brewers team total over here for Blue. Glenn says, I'm not sure. Tony here on the Brewers on the run line. Cash Kane says, I'll still take the Rockies plus 2.5. That'll work for him. And, good gets that one down closer to a reasonable price. Abel's on the over here. 9 Legacy says, take Milwaukee to sweep it again on the run line. And Teresa likes Cincinnati here, and Robert likes the under in this one. Nate says, go. That's the Brewers minus 2.5. And I said, well, the Rockies are playing like normal. It's just tough, right? Teresa's got big time strikeouts there in that Reds game. What can I do? I'm just going to end up taking the Brewers here again on the run line. I mean, just been doing it every day here, it looks like, in this series, right? Milwaukee money line for Teresa one more time. All right, just taking the Brewers again. Why even do this show? It's so easy. Pick some of these games. All right. Cubs and Astros here. Jameson Tyone on the road going up against Framber Valdez now for Tyone. It's hit and miss sometimes, but he is 7-5 with a 4.47 ERA, 109 the whip in this one, 232 batting average against it, 231 BABIP. Getting on Tyone's case, the numbers would say, that he's okay in some of these situations. But for Valdez here, 2.88 ERA, he's 8-4, 11-5 of the Astros with Valdez on the mound, 1.12 whip, 214 batting average against, 276 BABIP. That's higher than Tyone's, I tell you that. But however, for the Astros here, they do come in having just won 9 of their last 10 games overall. Right now, Astros still hot. Yeah, okay, I get it. They did end up losing that game yesterday. Cubs got the win. They're not exactly playing, an also-ran here. Cubs can have their moments. Cubs crushed them yesterday, 12-3. Cubs have kind of owned the series a little bit. They've won 4 out of the last 5 against Houston, but Houston obviously on a roll now. Cubs have gone over in 8 of their last 10 games overall. The steam came in here on the over. Cubs have gone over in 5 straight games here against Houston. Also, 8 of the last 12 between these two teams have gone over. So interestingly enough, a lot of over momentum statistically with the two, and the total here has reached 8 at some spots here offshore. I'll call it, I better call it 8. I'm just going to call it 8. We are seeing 8 flat at Bovada here. So, and the price here now is Houston. They are up to $1.55 at some spots. Let's just show the line and get going here with these two. See what you got. I'm taking the over in this game between the Cubs and the Astros, but let's see what you guys have. I've already decided. Here we go. Blue is on the Astros here. Irish King says Houston money line. Robert says Astros first 5. Cascade on the Astros. Want to say good morning and hello to Trey Berry. Nice to see you again, Trey. He does like the over in this one with me, or I like it with him. Astros first 5 are able Valdez to get over in his case. Teresa likes more strikeouts here. And Astros team total over for Blue says that's the better play for me. Take the Astros team total against Tyone. I'm going to go with the over in the game at 8 runs. Next up, the Dodgers are on the road against the Royals, and the Royals got it done yesterday, and here go the Dodgers. Going to have to piece it together. Now, look, it says Robleski is going to pitch. Every time we've seen Robleski in there, I think they've ended up switching starters, and it really doesn't matter with the Dodgers because they just throw in a bunch of pitchers at you here. They got to, they have some issues. I don't know how I can question the Dodgers and their awesome 20 games over 500 here right now, but hey, the Royals won yesterday, stopped their 4-game losing streak. The Royals were able to get the win 9-5 over the Dodgers yesterday. Now they do have Chris Bubich, and that has made the Royals a favorite. That's not what I want to see. Well, let me fix it here. The Dodgers actually are the slight favorite now. Maybe they're the $1.15 favorite or less, but they are the slight favorite here. I was going to say I'd rather take the Dodgers in this role than maybe a big favorite role right now, because Bubich to me seems like the guy you want to take as a dog, but he's been pretty solid. So either one way or the other, he's been one of the best pitchers in the league. It's just that didn't look good last start. His numbers are kind of getting back to I don't want to say normal, because he's got a 2.18 ERA, which is pretty terrific. 1.13 the WHIP, 225 batting average against, and 301 BABIP. Now, could be Robleski, could be Emmett Sheehan here, right? We talked about Sheehan after his first start, so it's just going to be a combination of these guys. Maybe it will be, look, Robleski's the left-hander, Sheehan's the right-hander, and usually, let me take a look, see if we got a little bit of a penciled in lineup at least anyway. Usually what you do, right, is you look at the top of the lineup, you see what you got, and then that's what you kind of go with as far as whether you want the left-hander to start or the right-hander to start. That's just the way the Dodgers do it right now. That's the way they have to do it. Okay, so all right, let's go to the chat. I don't know if we're going to get a good feel yet for what the Dodgers are going to do. Maybe you guys know what the Dodgers are going to do. I'm usually the one that knows what they're going to do. And, well, I do know what they're going to do. It's just a matter of how they're going to do it. Dodgers come in having still won 5 of their last 6 in the last night, won 11 of the last 16 meetings between the two teams. Royals, that was their first win in 7 games, and their first win in 12 games at home. Somehow we were on them in that game, despite that 11-game home losing streak. So, hey, we get some right. Kansas City's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games overall. 4 of the last 5, though, between the two have gone over. I'm taking the under in this one between the Dodgers and the Royals here in Kansas City today, despite yesterday's 14-run outburst. Let's see what you guys have, though. Go to the chat. Here it's going to be Tony likes the Dodgers on the money line. Abel likes Dodgers and over. Cash Kane, Dodgers run line. Trey's on the over here. And Teresa here, I think, was talking that Houston game. I think first half under for Teresa in that Houston game. How about Abel says, get Ohtani for an RBI today? Why not? Abel knows what the Dodgers are going to do. He's our Dodgers correspondent. Yeah, I know what he probably thinks they're going to win, and they probably will today. I'm kind of torn in this one, or maybe I have a premium, and I'm just saying that, but I'm going to take the under here. I know the steam has come in on the over. Let me make sure we're at a 9.5 still. Maybe it's even slightly juiced to the over here, but hey, we got a little steam coming in right now in Major League Baseball. And hey, it's a game where the steam is going against me. I said go. I'll tell you what, the steam has gone against me in practically every game today. So don't. Hey, if I'm the steam chaser today, I'm on the opposite of the steam, it feels like. Steam coming in here, Tampa Bay and Baltimore. And it's just not a term I make up for some of our newcomers here. I report the steam as far as what the line move is doing. The line service says this is the biggest move of the day in that game. And they're saying Tampa Bay and Baltimore under here. It's down to 9.5 under here right now, maybe even 9.5 under 20. We don't see any 9 overs just yet, but it was 9 over, I think, when we were talking about it. I went over in Tampa Bay and Baltimore because of what we've seen with the massive runs in the series, but Steam is coming on the under with Bradley and Kramer. All right, no problem. Okay, anyway, I'm on the under in the Dodger game today. Teresa says go under. And I think that's it in that one. Let's move on, shall we, to the Giants taking on the White Sox. Giants are kind of in a bad way right now. They couldn't even score against the White Sox yesterday. Now, granted, it was Hauser who has found his career all of a sudden with the White Sox. Don't sleep on him here, right? This one, though, you got Jonathan Cannon here. Cannon, a 4.67 ERAs up against Verlander. Verlander's 0 for 5. It hasn't quite worked out yet for Verlander with the Giants. Yeah, maybe eventually he'll find a little bit of form. The numbers aren't getting any worse anyway with Verlander, 4.52 ERA. The Giants have won 4 of his 12 starts despite the 0-5 record. Verlander, 1.4 whip, 2.63 ERA, and a 300 BABIP coming into this one for Jonathan Cannon. He's 2-7 with his record this season. Interestingly enough, the White Sox are 1-9 in his pardon me, 1-9 in his starts, and he won a game in there in relief, but 4.66 ERA, 1.39, the whip, 268 batting average against, and 294 BABIP. You look at the White Sox right now, this is one stretch of the season so far where maybe, just maybe, they're having a little bit of enough success here right now. Yes, they've lost 12 of their last 16. They won yesterday's game 1-0. These scores are so low in these White Sox games. It's just peculiar because the steam came in on the under here, and we are seeing quite a few unders here of late. 9 of the last 12 meetings, though, between these two teams here in Chicago have gone over. That's a pretty big sample size here right now, but White Sox have lost 7 of their last 9 games at home, and San Francisco, they've lost 4 of their last 5 and 4 of their last 6 on the road. They're not looking too great. Come on. They just had struggles against Miami, remember, in that series. And, well, Miami's not very good either. They're better than the White Sox. But, all right, let's see what you got, though, here. Let me adjust the price a little bit because San Francisco's down to at least $1.55, maybe $1.50. And the total is 8.5 shaded to the over for sure here in this one. All right. Well, I got to take a look at the White Sox here on this run line for sure. They are minus $1.30 at plus 1.5, but I'm taking Chicago today here against the inconsistent Giants right now. And this offense I don't feel like it's doing much here at this point. Even when they did get on track and scored, 5 or 6 runs against Miami, they were getting blown out because their pitching wasn't holding up. So let's see here what you have in this one with the Giants and the White Sox today. All right, here we go. And Trey Berry's no fan of Kramer. Blue may be going over here. Here is Trey on the under in the White Sox game. Yeah. But Flynn Jones, nice to see Flynn Jones in the chat. Says go over in the White Sox game. Hi, Flynn. Here's Blue likes water. I think that's what that says. Cash game, Sox first 5, money line. Abel says Verlander under in the K-prop. Tony's going to lean to the under here with me, it looks like. And Teresa says back on that Dodger game. Dodgers money line, Dodgers under. I don't mind that. Don't mind the Teresa giving me the Dodger play. I don't know if I want to play the Dodgers. Maybe I do today at this price. All right, give me the White Sox here on the run line with Cannon. Cannon. Who played? We've already done that. We've already done that bit. Mariners and Rangers here. Castillo on the mound against Leiter in this one. You have Castillo here, a road favorite at $1.20 or so, 8.5 under 15. The total's definitely gone up here on some widely reported steam. Is it really going to be an over here with these two today? I'll call it $1.15 here right now with the Mariners. On the road, look, we know it hasn't been going great either for either one of these teams right now, but Texas has won 3 of their last 4, including yesterday's game, a win 3-2 in 10 innings to beat the Mariners there. Mariners won the season opener, the series opener, 7-6. But Texas, if they're an underdog here, that's not where you want to be. Texas is 12-28 as an underdog right now. But should they be an underdog in this game against Seattle and Castillo? You know, if you like Castillo there a little bit, maybe that is the way to go. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here with these guys and see. For Castillo here, he's got a 3.69 ERA. That's pretty good. And maybe not quite Castillo-like, but 1.27 the whip, 245 batting average against, and 279 BABIP. Castillo just 4-5. Leiter's 4-5. The Rangers are 4-9 with Leiter on the mound. Now they are 24-17 at home, but usually they're a favorite. Leiter has a 4.55 ERA and 1.31 whip, but a 222 batting average against. For the Mariners here, Seattle's won 15 of the last 19 meetings between these two teams overall. Texas has lost 4 of their last 5 games at home. And Texas has gone over in 11 of their last 15 games against Seattle, including 6 of the last 8 games here between the two teams. I feel like I want to go totally opposite of what I've seen, though, from these teams so far. Seattle's gone over in 9 of their last 12 on the road and 7 of their last 9 overall. Man, I don't know if the stats are going to hold up with me today. Let's see what you got. Anything in this one, fam? Tony might be going under here. Let's see. Oh, no, that was the last game. There's Irish King on the Mariners here. Blues on the under. Cash Kane. Rangers run line and the under here. Trey Berry on Seattle. Tony says Seattle and Texas going under. Flanae says just go Seattle run line. It'll be a payback from yesterday because it did, right? Seattle, hey, maybe they were the better team, the better pitching there. Yesterday, right? We were on Seattle yesterday, so I'm a little flustered with them here. I don't know if I can do it. Teresa says Texas. I think they're able. Says Castillo under in his K-prop, and Robert likes Seattle in the first 5. All right, man, I'm gonna go here. I'm taking Texas. Give me the Rangers here in this one over Seattle once again. I'll take a slight dog here. I got to play on the total, I'm pretty sure there. All right, you got the Nationals and Mitchell Parker here against Kohanowitz and the Angels in this one. The 3rd place Angels, dare I say. But Kohanowitz is going to be a favorite here. That's a little bit tough, but the Angels did win yesterday in this series to avenge the Game 1 blowout. Angels won yesterday 8-2 to get back on the winning ways here. And man, the Angels, how have they done it with mirrors? It feels like so far this season to be hanging in there with a 500 record now. It's been a nice little run for the Halos. Kohanowitz is just 3-8. But the Angels are 8-8 with Kohanowitz on the mound. So, look, he keeps them in the games, and the offense usually comes around is what it happens with Kohanowitz. He's still got a 5.49 ERA, 1.5 whip, 288 batting average against. Mitchell Parker, the left-hander, he's 5-8 with a 4.69 ERA. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game, and right now it's 10. Oh, boy, it's 10. And, I mean, it does feel like Now, the Sharps are going under. I'll tell you that right now. And I don't even know if I trust these Sharps like I usually do. Angels here, yeah, $1.30 right now. There we go. In this one against the Nats. So maybe this one I will be accused of chasing the steam here a little bit. Maybe I will chase this one over. Let's take a look. Washington's lost 16 of their last 20 games coming in. They've lost 9 of their last 12 on the road. The Angels have won 8 of their last 11 at home. And 4 of their last 5 overall. Angels have won 9 of the last 13 meetings between the two teams here in Anaheim. Angels have gone over in 5 of their last 7. Washington's gone over in 6 of their last 8. I got to take the over here. A little bit of an increased price at 10 right now. It only reached 10 yesterday, barely got over. We had it over, but it barely got there. I still like it. I'm going to chase this steam. Even though I said if I wasn't going to, Tony's on the Angels money line here. Trust Vegas, says Flanae. Washington is the side. Take him on the run line. Cash Kane likes the under here. Maybe it's just getting a little too high for Cash Kane. I know I'm on the side here in this one, but I'm going to take the over. And so's Trey. Hey, just a couple more games to go here on the morning steam. The Marlins are the Marlins, baby. They're taking on the Diamondbacks here, and Rodriguez, $1.85. What's going on? Don't these guys know about the Marlins here at this point? Yeah, they're still 9 games under 500, but they're the hot team here of late. They've won 8 straight games on the road. They're the road crushers here, and they won the first 2 games of this series, right? They beat Arizona last night 8-7. They beat them 9-8 before. I see a pattern developing here. Miami's clutch. That's what they are. Yeah, they've had a rough road here, but look, you got Quantrill here. I mean, if you had to take one starter out of this group, I don't know if it'd be Quantrill, but keeps him in the game. He's another one of those guys. Got 3-7 record, but the team's 8-7 with him on the mound. So look, he keeps him in the game. The offense doesn't get going, then the bullpens start to go here, and then that's where they're able to kind of come back. And look, Arizona's got one of those bum. I guess I'll say bum ass bullpens for sure. Miami's got a much better bullpen. I think. Well, maybe not much better, but better. So let's see what you got, though, here with these two. Rodriguez, 5.4 ERA. He's no good. 1.57 whip. The steam came in on the over, and why not? This is another one where the Sharps are keeping the number low because they're going under. And the total's down here to 9/20. You telling me the 2 games that just went for 15 runs, 17 runs? You look at this series in general, and it's always a bunch of runs. Hey, there's some steam coming in right now. I'll just pass it along here real quick. It's a game we already covered. It's on the Braves. I said I was on the Braves. Steam came in at about $1.45 or so, but it's going to go up to $1.55 or more right now. So, hey, I'm not on a great price there, but I am on the Braves, and the steam is coming in on the Braves, and they're up here now to $1.60 for the most part, maybe even a little higher right now. All right, back to the Marlins and the Diamondbacks. Look, this one hasn't gone down any. If anything, the money's rolling in on the Diamondbacks today. Who wants the Diamondbacks at this price? Not I. Oh. Maybe the lights got a little long for me last night. All right. 10, Arizona's gone over in 10 of their last 13 at home. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Miami's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games overall. I'm on Miami on the run line. I guess I'll take them on the run line, but I'll probably sprinkle some money line with this one. Give me Miami plus 1.5 at minus $1.25 or so. Arizona can't win a game by more than a run, can they? The way things are going, Miami looking so good here of late. Here is starting us off. It's going to be, make sure I got it right here. Teresa, I like Teresa said take Anaheim. I like she said Anaheim here for the Angels game. Cash Kane went over. Maybe it's this one. I'm not sure. Trey Berry though says take the Marlins again. Here's Blue. Some team total over. Irish King says Arizona run line and the over. Trey's on the over. Tony's on the over. Everybody loves the over here, and well, I probably do too. Here's Irish King. He's got both teams to score in the first 5. And SF Niner talking a little bit of soccer with us here today. There are 2 games also, don't forget, in the MLS in addition to CONCACAF Gold Cup action here today with Guatemala and Canada, Costa Rica and the United States. Also, FIFA Club World Cup in just a little while with Inter Miami and PSG. Man, that's going to be the featured game of the day, it feels like, coming up here in just an hour and a half. Lene Jones says Miami is one of the hottest things going. Blue likes the Marlins. Team total over. Law Dog, Arizona money line. Teresa says, give me the Miami. Under first half, Miami money line with an upset. Abel likes first 5 for Arizona. And Blue likes the fish. I like the fish. Next up, one more. Wow, look at this one for Sunday Night Baseball. We got a blowout on our hands with Scooble going up against Paddock here in this one. Detroit at home. Big price. Maybe they were expecting something a little different when they planned this one. But Detroit, they're down here to $1.02. Well, I might be able to leave it at 280. I see 285, 265 to 285, pretty much the line here right now. 7.5 under. It's definitely 7.5 under though. That's a full, feels like a full half a run higher right now at Bet Online. Okay, let's talk about it though with Paddock here. We know how inconsistent he is. 4.64 ERA, 1.23 WHIP, 250 the batting average against for Paddock. For Scooble here, he's just 9-2 with a 2.29 ERA, 205 batting average against. I think the Tigers should take care of business here in this one. I can't find an upset here with these two right now. The Tigers, yeah, okay, I get it. Minnesota, they're kind of desperate here. They did lose yesterday's game after winning the opener, but it was 10-5. Tigers really got the best of them. We got a little steam here right now. Wanted to pass this one along in the Padres and the Reds game. We're seeing the steam come in here on the over in the Padres and the Reds. It's going to go up to 9.5 here right now with Padres and the Reds. Steam to the over right now. Anyways, Minnesota and Detroit here in this one. I got to take Detroit on the run line. Nothing fancy here for me. I'm going to stick with the big favorite with Scooble, of course. Minnesota has lost 12 of their last 16. They've lost 7 of their last 9 on the road. Detroit's gone over in 11 of their last 14 games coming into this one. Detroit's also gone over in 8 of their last 11 games at home. The widely reported steam did come in on the over here. I'll take Detroit on the run line tonight. Let's see what you guys have on Sunday Night Baseball. Here with Abel likes PSG to win first half and full game. Blue likes Twins. Team total over tonight. Tony's on the Tigers. I had to say it. Tigers minus 1.5. Blue here. We're looking to take 2.5 runs. Hello, good morning to Erwin Simmons. Thank you for your support of the Morning Steam Show, Erwin. Really great to see you today. Let's have a great day on Sunday, says. Trey says go over here with Minnesota and Detroit. Abel likes the Tigers and the over. Trey says take PSG, or he likes them with Abel. Cash Kane says Tigers on the run line. Flynn says I'll take the Minnesota on the run line. Says kind of a tricky game. Yeah, it's a high-profile game. Minnesota, look, they're in a situation where they got to keep up here, right? In the division, Detroit's kind of getting away from everybody. Yeah, Detroit's lost a few here and there. They've lost 3 out of their last 5. Good morning to Truth Teller. He's the Truth Teller, and I'm the Truth Seller. He's got Astros and Tigers. He's got a Europe and the Mariners and the Rangers. He's got the over in that one as well. He's got the Mariners on the money line. Thank you, Truth. Great to see you. Guess that's it for the baseball today. But hey, check out my premium picks over at winnable.com. I've got my picks for just 50 cents a day. So I really like today's baseball card. Hopefully I gave you these free winners here, but check me out over at winnable.com. Abel says take PSG money line and Canada money line in a parlay today. Let's go to the WNBA with the Liberty here on the road, taking on Atlanta. In this one, you have the Liberty coming in, having lost 3 of their last 4 games. Atlanta's lost 2 in a row here coming in. These teams met on May 17th. It was 86-81. The Liberty won it. They did not cover. It went over in that game. Liberty just 2-6 against the spread on the road. Atlanta comes in here 4-2 against the spread as an underdog. Now, the Liberty have gone over in 6 of their last 8, and they've gone over 6 of 8 on the road. Atlanta's gone over in 5 of their 6 games as an underdog here. The Liberty are currently, oh man, they're down to 1.5 here. Wow. Maybe even a pick 'em. I'm showing a pick 'em here. So I'm going to call it a pick 'em. I'm showing a pick 'em at some books now, and the total's down to 164, maybe 164.5. So a lot of momentum here for Atlanta right now. They have a very strong record. They've been playing great. They're 10-6. Liberty's 11-4. Right now, and just a lot of momentum, it feels like, here for Atlanta in this game that they can win. The New York is struggling here, certainly a little bit, and I'm going to take the Dream here in this one over the Liberty. The Liberty are having their struggles here right now. They're probably not all that. The league's kind of caught up maybe to those top teams. Still, we'll see in the end who's left standing. It does feel like the Liberty will still be hanging around, but Atlanta's been one of the hot teams in the league. The steam came in on Atlanta. The steam came in on the under. Good luck to Tony. Thank you, Tony, for stopping by here. Oh. Thank you, Tony. Glenn says the other channel's a bunch of slobs. I'm no better. I'm no better, Glenn. I'm dying here from last night. I mean, I got, you guys, die happy. I'm eating leftover pizza. Remember, this was the pizza that I had on the air last night, or the fights are going on. All right. Glenn says the Liberty going to roll. Cash Kane says Dream money line under. Trey Berry likes the under here. Thanks for your WNBA. Ryan Howard under the point total. Dirty Reg, I missed Dirty Reg here, says Liberty money line. I agree. Dirty Reg, look, I'm not saying that, lovable plays is here. That's so awesome. Lovable plays. I love the lovable plays with the anime emoji there. And Tony says, with Jonquel Jones still out, that has to account for some of the move here a little bit today. I think that's what Tony's saying in that one. So, but I will say that, yes, for the most part, Where was I? Who was I talking to there when we were talking about the value? Who said it? Who said it? Oh, Dirty Reg. Yeah, I would say that, yes. I would say there is value in that New York line. I think we knew that Jones still having trouble making this lineup, whether or not she does or not. Uh, I feel like it wasn't necessarily already built into the line, and now you have it down to a pick 'em here. Even if I'm taking Atlanta, I will say the value is with the Liberty, if I can say that, right? So, okay. I think that's it. Thank you, Glenn. Yeah, you noobs out there, Jones is still out, and Jones makes a big difference in that lineup here at this point. Okay, next up, we've got the Sky taking on the Sparks, and the Sparks are up to an 8-point favorite over the Sky here now, 166.5. What? Man, I can't buy this line move at all. Now, granted, we see another player out, Cardoso for Chicago, so that's been kind of a maybe a bigger issue here. But I don't think the Sparks are that much better than the Sky at this point. I mean, the Sparks are 5-11, the Sky is 4-11. So Steam came in on the under here, big time, down to 166.5 here in this one. But man, at this increased price, I'm already on the record with the Sparks at +6. I got to keep taking them here at +8. I've got the Sky here. I hope I said it right. I'm on the Sky +6 already, and I'm at +8. I'm willing to still stay with them here. LA is 1-6 against the spread at home this season, and they're laying 8 points. The Sky, they're just 4-11. We know they're not very good, right? But they are 5-4 against the spread on the road. I think that does say something to these increased prices. LA's lost 4 straight games coming in, so we'll see. They played back on June 24th, and I believe. Let me look at it. I think didn't Chicago get that upset in that game? It was a bad job by me. Didn't write a good script here. I have to go off script a little bit to find that, but it was 97-86. The Sky won at home. They were a dog to the Sparks in that game. So please, I'm going to take the Sky here in this one. We could see some points. I mean, look, Kelsey Plum probably have a free reign from 3-point range, I would think, here in this one. Chicago 9-6 to the over this season. LA 4-2-1 to the over at home. I have a feeling this thing's going down, but I don't know why. Maybe because of Cardoso being out. I mean, she was coming off a career high 27 points, but she's been already out of game. Cardinals and Guardians taking some steam here right now. Just want to report this to you on that top game. We're just an hour and a half away, really. Steam to the under with St. Louis and Cleveland. That just in here on the High Speed Sports Wire. Steam to the under with St. Louis and Cleveland. Looks like it's going to go down here too. Some 8s right now. It was 8.5. We're seeing 8 overs already coming in with the Guardians hosting the Cardinals today. All right, I'm on the Sky. Come on. I'm on the, I'm going to be on the, especially when Cardoso comes back. I still think there's, I don't know about hope for the Sky making the playoffs or anything, but I think everyone is so down on this team. And hey, I was too. I was leading the charge, but I think people are going to be still saying that they're going to be bad, but okay, Trey's on the Sky now at this price, right? Here's Sparks money line for Cash Kane, right? Trey, the Sparks are nothing, right? They're not any much better than this team. Look, it's a high volatility game with bad teams. I imagine they could blow them out, especially with Cardoso out. But come on. Lovable Plays says they won the last game. Dirty Reg likes the Sky, and Abel says Sky first half, plus the points. All right. Here we go. Urban Nevadan. That's a cool name there, Urban Nevadan. Sounds like you're here in Nevada. Tina Charles points at home. That's the Urban Nevadan's top play. Minnesota. Chip Price or pass? championship price. Thank you, Urban Nevada. It's nice to have you here commenting on the WNBA. Let's go to the next one, though, with the Aces taking on the Mercury here. Oh, boy, look at this one. Mercury, 6-point favorite. 166. Are the Aces that broken right now that they're all of a sudden turning? We've already seen them kind of be a dog in a couple of these roles. This could be the point where maybe you're like, hey, too much, right? Too much right now to be writing off the Aces. But you just see the frustration on the, on coach's face and whatever the level of whatever is happening right now with Vegas. I don't know if they're the type of team to say, hey, all of a sudden this is an underdog team. Maybe we can capitalize right now because of that. It feels like, if anything, it'd be more of a blowout than Las Vegas is 0-3 against the spread as an underdog this season. Phoenix is 6-3 against the spread. They did split a couple of meetings in Las Vegas. If I'm not mistaken, both games did go under, although Phoenix is 7-2 to the over as a favorite. I think they might put a number up here. It feels like to me, I'm going with Phoenix in this one over the Aces. Not happy about it. I'm not happy with the way the Aces are going, but man, I don't know. This doesn't feel like a great situation for the Aces today. You might take them though. I don't blame you. Maybe this is a spot where it's getting too far. Aces have won 2 of their last 3 games coming in, but Phoenix is on a pretty good winning streak right now. They're about the hottest team in the league here now at 12-4. So I'm going to go with Phoenix one more time to maybe get a blowout here right now. The Aces are still 5-10 against the spread overall as well. Phoenix is 6-3. We already mentioned 6-3 against the spread. 10-6 overall. All right. And Cash Kane says Sparks are going to be better than the Sky since Cardosa is out. I got it. Cam Brink, when she returns to the Sparks, will that help her? I think she's going to have to almost. She's been out a long time. I mean, I think when and if she returns here, it'll be a work in progress. Mercury total over. I think that's what that says. I don't know if it's the team total or the game total, but Cash Kane Aces money line. Tony says Las Vegas and over. Abel says Aces first half. With those points, and Dirty Reg might be with me here. I'm taking Phoenix. I'm taking Phoenix in a blowout here, in a one-sided game here today. All right. Hey, want to thank everyone here on the show today. We got a couple more games here real quick, but thank you for everyone joining me here. 90 of you with me here in the chat. And next up is the Connecticut Sun taking on the Minnesota Lynx. Now we are starting to see the Sun maybe closing the gap a little bit on these 20-point and less spreads here. They're starting to get the money a little bit. That's a good sign. They are 2-14. They're up against a team that's 13-2, and the Sun are on a massive losing streak right now. The Lynx did get a win last time out, the 96-92, did get the money even against the Atlanta Dream. So still, Minnesota, don't know if you know, I mean, I know you know this, but you're playing a team you're favored by 20 points. Let me look at the spread, make sure it's probably down here a little bit. No, it's 20. 19.5 for 20 total, 155, 154.5. Now, you got to, every game's important. You want to win the games. Hey, if you can blow them out, you can blow them out. But know this. On Tuesday night, the Minnesota Lynx, in a league that the players don't get paid very much, are going to play for $500,000 against the Indiana Fever. Probably not going to be too worried about this game. So I'm going to take the Connecticut Sun here. Maybe Minnesota's all in form. Maybe Collier will be back in form a little bit. Maybe she should rest, probably. It's really what it feels like with that big game on tap. But I don't know if they're going to win a game by 20 points when they've got the big $500,000 game coming up on Tuesday night, just 2 days away. So I'm going to take the Sun here. I'm not going to look too much into it. Hey, I can rattle off some stats for you here. I don't know if they'll make much sense, other than the fact that back on May 23rd, it was just 76-70. Minnesota won the game by just 6 points. Minnesota's won 4 of their last 5. 3 of the last 6 games, Connecticut's 3-6 to the under on the road. Minnesota's 2-5 to the under at home, and the total is 155. I mean, they're going to be hard pressed to get to 155, I would think, today combined in this game. Let's see what you got there. Do you agree with me about some of this motivation here, possibly? Thank you, Blue. Had a great time with you. And want to say hello in the chat, too. Cupid, Stupid, Book. Nice to have you in there. All right. Nothing really from you guys. It's a 19-point spread. I don't blame you, but I'm taking the Sun. The Lynx have the $500,000 Commissioner's Cup Championship game on deck. So I'm going to take Connecticut here. The steam came in on Connecticut. Still, the line's 19.5 or 20, and I'll take those points here in this one. All right, we've got one more here in the WNBA on Sunday, and it's going to be the late game here, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. The Storm are on the road. They're taking on the mighty Valkyries. And
Final.
how can you go against the Valkyries, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe the Storm, then maybe the Valkyries have kind of reached their, I don't want to say peak. They're 8-7 right now. Seattle is 10-6, looking pretty good right now. Seattle's 5-2 against the spread on the road, but Seattle's 7-2 against Golden State 7-2 against the spread at home. Golden State has won 3 of their last 4 games overall. Seattle's won 4 of their last 5. They played on June 14th. It was 76-70. Golden State got the win as a big underdog here. Why wouldn't they compete in this game against Seattle? I always talk about this team right now and how great they are, how often they've been covering the spread this season. They've been absolutely terrific. Like I said, not just 7-2 at home, 10-5 against the spread overall. Seattle's just 5-6 as a favorite coming in. I'm going over here in this one at 158. Right now, you have Seattle. They've gone over in 10 of their 16 games overall. Detroit, Golden State, kind of known as a defensive team right now. They are definitely going under. Especially as an underdog, 5-8 to the under. But I'm going to go over here in this one with Seattle and Golden State. I think that's going to do it for the WNBA. Let's see if we got any more plays from you guys here. Here we go. Roberts on the Valkyries again, of course. Lovable plays says take the Storm. Here's Collier under points, but over rebounds. And Dirty Red says Minnesota can name the score against Connecticut today. I think that's it from you guys in the chat. And I really appreciate everyone here joining me on the Morning Steam Show. We do have one other game we can talk about maybe here real quick. Got one game in the CFL today. Let me bring up my info on the game. All right. A few more picks here for you. Tony says go under, though, in this one. Tony's going against me in that. Abel says take the Valkyries. First half plus the points. All right. One game in the CFL. I think I got a graphic for it here. Here we go. The Argos are on the road taking on the Red Blacks. Here in this one on Sunday. And let's take a look here real quick. I'm just seeing the end of the podium here right now at the Grand Prix here. I kind of missed the finish. You guys didn't keep me updated, and I was so into the show, I missed the end of the race. But, I can see who. Okay, I got you here. Well, There we go. I see Lando there on top right now at the Austrian Grand Prix. Okay. Anyway, let me wrap it up here with the matchup here tonight in the CFL with Toronto and Ottawa. I think this goes off at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. Got the Red Blacks here at home, favored by 1.5 against the Argos, and the Argos struggling here right now. I'm going to have to take the Red Blacks here in this one. Give me Ottawa today minus. I want to say it's 1.5, but I think the line actually here is still 1.5. I've got the Red Blacks today. I think it will be a bit of a struggle again for Toronto with Arbuckle in there. I like Arbuckle. Nobody likes him. I don't think he's that great, but not in this role. It's going to be real tough today to get anybody to go off here. And look, I think for Dustin Crum, he just 111 yards last game, but he rushed for 64 yards. He threw for a touchdown pass. He's got clearly, I think a decent running game with Stanbeck and Adeboye. Those guys have looked pretty good. He's got a pretty good receiver in Braylon Addison right now. Addison left. He didn't leave the game. He was just ineffective. A little bit worried there, but you still got Lewis in there. I know those guys weren't that good last game, but I'm going to take Ottawa here in this one today. Give me the Red Blacks to win at home. I think the morning steam is now over. We do have some soccer, like I said, to talk about, and I'm going to send out the soccer through winnable.com, so check me out over at Winnable. Today, we do have that key games in soccer, including in just 1 hour, Inter Miami and Paris Saint-Germain. Come on. You think PSG is going to rock Inter Miami by more than 2 goals in this one? Huge favorite for PSG. Also, the other game of the FIFA Club World Cup, Bayern Munich and Flamengo at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific. Action in the CONCACAF Gold Cup, including Team USA tonight. That'll almost be the feature of the late action, won't it? That Detroit game being one-sided like that with Scooble on the mound. Probably watch Team USA tonight and see if they can't blow it against Costa Rica. They better blow the doors off of Costa Rica right now. And also a couple games in Major League Soccer today. So that's going to do it for the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Stay tuned. My premiums are coming out. And join you back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, with more Morning Steam. Get ready for a great sports betting week. Thank you to everybody in the chat for all the comments and picks as well. Valkyries for Dirty Reg. Lovable Plays got here to the end. Thank you. Lovable Plays. I love that. I want to change my whole program to Lovable Plays, but you own the name, so I can't do it. Abel says PSG, Bayern, and Canada today. And Dirty Red says even Costa Rica will score against the United States today. They better not, Dirty Red. The U.S. better dominate this game. As bad as it's been against, decent teams and all those friendlies, we're making fun of them. They've obviously shown that they can compete in the CONCACAF against the lesser teams a little bit. So they better beat Costa Rica, because this is not the Costa Rica of 3, 5, even 10 years ago, right? This is not the same Costa Rica right now. This program is not as good as they have been. We know U.S. is not as good as they have been, but I do like the fact that the U.S. has decided at least to try some new legs, some fresher legs, if you will, with some of the other younger players to a certain extent. And hey, I think they're hungrier. So I think it's looked okay here. Look, you put them up against Mexico right now, U.S. probably wouldn't have a chance. Hello to Abel, or Abel's got his West Up parlay in here. It's Dodgers and Sparks today.
System playing.
All right, that's going to do it. Catch you tomorrow, more Morning Steam. And for the Sports Money Network,
We
I'm
make 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. Steve. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the motherfucker.